All the talk right now around impeachment, we at Yahoo Finance are hearing from one of the Democrats who has been pushing hard for President Trump's ouster. Our colleague Rick Newman joins us now with the interview of 2020 Democratic candidate Tom Steyer, the billionaire financier. All right, Rick.
Hi, guys.
So Steyer's still in it. He's currently a candidate. He's still running. Haven't seen as much of him on the debate stage, really. But what did you guys talk about? I know that he is someone who supports the wealth tax.
He has not been on the debate stage. He was a late entrant, and he hasn't qualified for any debates yet. But he will be in the next debate that's coming up. So I guess in this field of it, which is still nearly 20 prominent candidates, I guess you could say he's climbing a little bit. He does support a wealth. He's a billionaire, and he does support a wealth tax, the same as Elizabeth Warren does, and the same as Bernie Sanders does. The details of his wealth tax are different, but he would be the only candidate who would actually pay his own wealth tax because he's worth more than $1 billion. So I asked him about that. Let's hear what he had to say.
I think I would go about my business in exactly the same way. I would do what I do now, which is pay the taxes that I owe to the federal and state government, and wouldn't change my investment process, wouldn't change my thinking about anything. I actually proposed it because I thought it was fair. I knew that it would upset some very rich people, but I also felt as if there's been something going on here which is very, very wrong. And that is the concentration of income and wealth over the last 40 years, where realistically between 80 and 90% of Americans, when you take into account the rising cost of healthcare and rent and education, haven't had a raise. And that has never happened in American history for 2 generations. And it's not right.
You know, one of the arguments against a wealth tax is that, well, all that wealth that rich people have is invested in something, and that investment, whatever it is, a lot of it is stock ownership, a lot of it is ownership of private companies. You know, that's investment that generates some economic return. So one of the arguments is you would actually harm economic growth if you took this investment away from the people who are investing it and use it for something else. I asked him about that. He said if he had to pay a wealth tax, it wouldn't change a single thing about how he invests, how he does business, how he runs his life, or anything like that.
Is the support of the wealth tax kind of his big main stumping ground? I mean, what else does Steyer stand for? You know, we had Jay Inslee, who was about the environment. We have Andrew Yang, is about the UBI, the Universal Basic Income. What else is Steyer's campaign built on?
Well, the fact you're asking that question tells me he has a long way to go to get his message across, because he's like Inslee. Climate is his big issue. Okay. And in fact, he started a big political action committee called Next Gen Climate. And that put a lot of money behind candidates at the state and local and federal level who favor aggressive climate policies. He's changed the name of that. It's now called Next Gen America, but that's still his big issue. We have to do something now about the climate change. He would be, his idea is to do it a little differently from the Green New Deal. He wants aggressive federal action, but not the sort of government takeover of the transportation industry and the energy industry the way the Green New Deal would do it.
All right, another green candidate. We will see how he does.
Well, the last one is gone.
Sure, I'm aware. All right, thanks, Rick.
Thanks.
Good interview. And you can see other clips from Rick's interview with Tom Steyer all throughout the day on our live shows and on yahoofinance.com.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.